Welcome to Fab Theme Park Action, here on YouTube. This video was in queue, produced with fair use. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adam is on his day 2 in London, tearing up the streets from end to end. We will be straight up with you here. Adam's show today was his best show in a decade. We found it hard to really hit him with much, harder to slag him today. So much of the woo crap just was not there today. This was a wonderful Adam the Woo moment to edit. Adam researched a few places around London that were huge moments in the Fab Four, the Beatles' life, and for music history. London drips in wonderful history. It's amazing. Today, Adam takes us on a magical mystery tour adventure to see a few key Beatles sites. He missed a few, so we can only hope that he does a day 2 of the Beatles in London. Go to Liverpool, Adam. It can make a hardcore Beatles fan shed a tear. Anyway, we enjoyed editing today's show. We are pleased to present to you the Adam the Woo, his Beatles edition.
Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. I am in London, England, wearing an appropriate t-shirt. My all-time favorite band, the Beatles. I love a lot of music, I love a lot of punk rock. London has a lot of punk rock band history, which I will hopefully get into at the course of my stay. But today, I've got to knock some bucket list locations off for the Fab Four. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you?
We are most interested to see how and what Adam intends to show us about the Beatles. There really is so much important history to see. We hope that he might have done some research for once. Adam, do not screw this up.
I want to start here. 1963, this was the theater where John Lennon made the quote about when he was performing the Beatles, the Fab Four were performing for the Queen. And he made the statement here at the Prince of Wales Theatre that, paraphrasing, those in the cheap seats can clap and everyone else can just rattle their jewelry. That was right inside this building, right here, right next to my hotel.
That is a great place to start. In 1963, the Beatles were climbing to the top of the charts. They weren't there yet. That theater was one of the first major concerts that the Beatles performed at. In less than 1 year after that concert in that very building, Beatlemania was in full swing. Well done, Adam. A great first place to start for your Beatles adventure.
Just something about them resonated with me. I love the songwriting duo, Lennon and McCartney, probably the greatest songwriting team of all time.
All right, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that I'm walking down this street. So this is the road the rooftop performance took place on.
Yeah.
5 of them on the roof. It wasn't just the Fab Four. It was also built.
Because Adam doesn't offer any context to the origin of Savile Row, we will set the stage here. Savile Row is a street in Mayfair, central London. Known principally for its traditional bespoke tailoring for men, the street has had a varied history that has included accommodating the headquarters of the Royal Geographical Society at 1 Savile Row, where significant British explorations to Africa and the South Pole were planned, and more recently, the Apple office of the Beatles at 3 Savile Row, where the Beatles' final live performance was held on the roof of the building on January 30th, 1969. The song Werewolves in London by Warren Zevon. The song included a verse about Savile Row.
Their final live performance happened right on top of that roof, right here. On the roof, right up there, you can see, still looks exactly the same. There's an antenna up there.
For any hardcore Beatles fan, this truly is sacred Beatles ground. I visit 3 Savile Row every time I visit England. It's breathtaking.
Dig a Pony might be my favorite one. They only did 1 take of Dig a Pony with John singing. And that's the one you'll hear on the album. And then I've Got a Feeling they did a few times. I think it was the first take of I've Got a Feeling with Paul singing. It was right up there. Unfreaking believable that this is the spot right here. On the album Let It Be, the song Let It Be. They did not perform that on the roof, but that was on the album. And I've listened to that song many times through, certain situations in my life and hard times in my life. It's just, you listen to that and it really, man, what an emotional song. So good. Alright, you can kind of see it, but it says right there in the little circular item, it says the Beatles played their last live performance on the roof of this building, January 30th, 1969.
Most of the time when Adam reads any sign, he seems to be testing our intelligence. There are some signs that must be read, and this was one of them today. Thank you, Adam. Good one.
There's just so much footage of them inside this building. Right here. Ooh, is the window open? Evidently, there's no one occupying this building right now. There's a little tour guide right there explaining what's going on. So basically, they mounted a few different cameras. They put one across the way over there. That's a lot of the angles you see of them up top, right there. And they also mounted a hidden camera inside the lobby of this here. And there's, they had a camera guy out here following the police around who tried to shut it down. They got through about 40 plus minutes of the set. This is it right here.
Tomorrow morning.
Pretty cool.
We agree with you, Adam. To stand there is way beyond cool. It is the heartbeat of music history on that very ground.
Front of a building. But that is just something else. That is just something else. Massive piece of music history right there. Unbelievable, right there on top of that roof. Looks like they have some sort of event going on here at the Palladium. But this is where they performed, and the news outlets, the media, coined the phrase that everyone was so crazy, everyone that was showing up to see the Beatles in concert, they coined the phrase Beatlemania after a show right here in the Palladium.
Adam is correct. That concert that night shot John, Paul, George, and Ringo to the top of every music chart around the world. Beatlemania was born, and what a ride it was. Good choice, Adam. Very important venue in Beatles history.
When it comes to Paul McCartney, he's got quite a few songs that really hit home, emotional songs. Of course, I mentioned Let It Be, but can't forget about Yesterday, which he got the idea for at an apartment of his ex-girlfriend over here on the corner. As the story goes, he woke up, had the tune in his head, or at least the melody. Hadn't had the lyrics yet. And he jotted them down from awakening at the apartment right here on Wimpole Street. Wimpole. I could be pronouncing that incorrectly. And it wasn't just Yesterday, but John and Paul in the basement also wrote I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Again, we have to say that Adam is right. Very important music was written within those walls. This is another important venue to visit for Beatles history. Great choice, Adam.
Right here on this corner, for less than a year, a few months shy of less than a year, was the Apple Boutique. There used to be a little psychedelic mural painted on the side of it, on the corner, on both sides of the corner. Wet paint. '40, 1980 is when, well, 80s when Lennon passed. I was in New York. Been to that spot. Musician and songwriter lived here in 1968, but there's a little more to the story than just that.
We need to add some context to this location that Adam does not cover. At the time, all four Beatles were living almost next door to each other. At the time they were filming 8 Arms to Hold You, John was summoned to EMI, where he was told that they did not like the title of the movie and the movie needed a main hit song. I love this story. John said, "No worry, leave it with me." As John was leaving the office, they said that they needed the song in a hurry. John said okay. John went home to that very house Adam stands in front of. John had lived there for more years than the sign states. John worked on a song that night. All night. In the morning, he went back to the EMI office to play for them what he had written all night. He played the song Help. The name of the film was changed from 8 Arms to Hold You to Help. The EMI guy said later that it really was unbelievable. He asked for a song to be written in less than 10 hours. The song changed the name of the movie and was a global hit song soon after. He commented several times, "Who could do that?" and John Lennon could. We miss you, John.
This is it. Right over here on the corner of Grove End Road and Abbey Road.
Oh my goodness, this is Abbey Road, right at the Abbey Road Studios. I have no words, I'm speechless. I have visited, walked here, and hung out here at the Abbey Road Studios. The number of global #1 hit songs written and recorded inside there is nearly uncountable. Go on, Adam.
Of course, when I took the photo, there was a lot more leaves on the trees.
Good one, Adam. You look good. Walking on the Abbey Road crosswalk is a rite of musical passage. Thank you for visiting Abbey Road, Adam. Great Beatles choice.
Oh, Across the Universe. Also on Let It Be. Ah, what an album. What a band. Unbelievable amount of hits. Unbelievable amount of great songs that even weren't hits. So I bought Abbey Road at Abbey Road Shop next to Abbey Road Studios here at the crossroads of Abbey Road.
Beyond cool. Thank you, Adam. Good job, but let's move on.
All right. I asked an attendant. Everyone here is just so helpful. I said, go down here, take a right. Southbound train. Taking everybody's way. Southbound train. And then get off at the green line. Green stop. Green something. And then I'll give you to the Piccadilly line.
Yes, could Adam have done more research? Sure he could have. We here try to add in some of the critical points to help out. We feel that Adam did a great job on his The Beatles show today. Thank you, Adam. We will say that he really has some very strong heartstrings to the center of our soul. That did help a lot. Keep going, Adam. Will today inspire you? Let's move on. Cheers, Adam. Welcome to the Pucker Theme Park Action, here on YouTube. This video was in queue, produced with fair use. Our morning is progressing nicely. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you watching. So, what did you think of Adam's day? We can't make this shit up. Poopy is in fine form. Let's see how he will screw up Disneyland today and bother as many other guests as possible. Yes, Poopy, it's your turn.
Let's hear our weather update for today. Oh, looks like we got fun and fantasy and excitement on the way. Highs mid.
One thing is for certain, Poopy, you are not funny. You are annoying. Now that is funny. You talk about excitement and fun. You say nothing at or about Disneyland ever, standing around staring at walls all day and no way fun. Then you ask your viewers to hit the like button. What the hell for? There is nothing to like about your channel. We are getting pissed off already.
Take a peek down Main Street, USA.
What do you intend to peek at on Main Street, Poopy? There are no dance to the magic dancing children today.
So, what are you peeking at?
Peeking in general is an illegal act, so stop your peeking. Thank you.
159 likes. 340 in the room. Almost to 200. Will we hit that 200 mark on the likes? I don't know. We'll find out. Only 40 away, though.
Poopy's channel is so fun to watch. So he stands on Main Street, counting every like punched, holding his viewers hostage, till the 200 like goal is met. We say hit the thumbs down, and make him stand there all day. Now that would be a fun stream. There is nothing to like about watching him stand there until the 200 like goal is met. Like what? Nothing to like. Most of his day is standing or sitting looking at walls. This happens constantly during his streams. Okay, we get it. One can get tired at Disneyland and need to rest from time to time. But with Poopy, the sitting around looking at walls, this happens all the time. His rest stops are non-stop. Okay, he gets really tired, so he has to sit even more. Poopy's idea of Disneyland content while he is on his rest stops is to look at the paint on walls dry. Even just people watching as they walk by would be a huge improvement during all of these rest stops. No, his viewers only get walls. His viewers are asked to subscribe to his channel. Wall watching at Disneyland is boring. Subscribe to what? We have a problem with his hit the like button thing. Nothing to like about walls, is there? Then Poopy tells his viewers to buy a membership. He says it's fun to be a member. It's fun to give him money. And it is even fun to stare at walls all day. Disneyland, are you watching? Poop Man really pissed us off today. That is all we can take this time. He is so disrespectful at Disneyland. It's just all about the money he wants and nothing to do with Disneyland. Thank you for watching, everyone. What a fun show today. This video was produced with fair use. We look forward to hook up to explore all of the adventures together. See you tomorrow. We can't wait. Sure.